Hello and welcome to Barre. So, we're going to do this virtually from home, but that does not mean that you can't get an awesome Barre workout anywhere you are. So, if you're new to Barre, hi, my name is Tara. I work at the YMCA in St. Joe, Benton Harbor, and I'm really excited to be working out from home with you. Yes. So if you're new to Barre and you haven't taken a Barre class before, that's totally fine. Welcome to all of the fun. So when we talk about Barre, it's a little bit of ballet, a little bit of Pilates, a little bit of just general sculpt stuff, a little bit of yoga, kind of a little bit of everything. So if something's kind of like weird to you, by all means, kind of adjust. I'll do my best to talk you through things today. However, if you have questions, just reach out. I'm on social media all over the place, but I'm happy to always answer questions if you have any. So to get started, you need some sort of chair or something that's going to provide some stability. We do a lot of balance, working on stabilizing muscles. So you need something for stability. You've got some weights around, those are great as well. We use lighter weights, so you do a lot of reps, a lot of pulsing, not a lot of big, beefy, sculpting moves. So lighter weights. If you don't have any weights, totally fine. Water bottle works really well as well. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. Speaking of water bottle, make sure you've got water nearby. So getting started with warming up. We're going to start with those feet in a parallel position, toes pointing forward, knees. We're going to make sure are nice and soft over those ankles. So we don't want those knees hyperextending back. We want them nice and in line with our ankles. Hips, I'd like you to focus right now on keeping that belly button tight against the spine so that way your hips are staying in alignment over knees, over ankles. We're working up that kinetic chain to our standing position. So the crown of the head is going to reach up toward the ceiling, nice and tall. Good. So from here, I want you to think about the 4 points of the bottoms of your feet. Kind of weird, right? We don't think about the bottoms of our feet all that often. Here's a little bit of that yoga piece. So the bottom 4 points of your feet are on the bottoms, the 2 sides of the ball of your feet, and the 2 sides of the heel of your foot. So if you're thinking about those 4 points on your feet, I want you to focus on where your weight normally is. So we can rock a little bit front to back, maybe a little side to side. Just feeling how your weight distribution on your feet changes as you're moving around. So this becomes really important as we're working on those balance poses later on with one foot, because you can really recognize how our balance comes from just where our weight is on our feet. So taking a quick moment to check in, where is your weight on your feet? Is it evenly distributed between those 4 points? Working up to ankles, knees, hips. Good. Belly button. I'm going to say belly button a whole lot in this next class period. Good. Everything's going to stay nice and long. From here, we're going to take a couple deep breaths. We're going to inhale, reaching those shoulders up toward your ears, and exhale, the shoulders are going to roll down the back. Again, one more time. Inhale up. And exhale, rolling those shoulders down the back. We're going to inhale, reaching those fingertips up toward the sky. We're going to exhale, dropping your right arm down. We're going to reach up and over, keeping that spine nice and long. Front of the head is going to reach up and over to the side. Inhale, reaching those fingertips up. And exhale again to the other side, rocking that left arm. Good. We're going to do this one more time. I want you to really focus on keeping that spine nice and long. So we're not just dumping over here, but we're extending up and out. Good. Inhaling up and exhale, reaching out and over. Excellent. So from here, you're bring those arms out to the side. I work a lot with those arms out to the side like this. If at any point your arms are getting tired, by all means, just take a break. Put your arms down at your hips or even just down to the ground. But I'm going to leave them out here at the side. We're going to take a little demi-plie here. Just to warm up those legs, that knees start to prime our knee joints and our ankle joints for this movement. Now, I like starting with a demi-plie, which, by the way, you're going to get a slight French lesson from me today. But that's because I come at this from a ballet background. So when you've got it, why not parlay it, right? Little joke. Anyway, So our demi-plie really just means half bend or small bend. And so with any demi-plie, we're just making sure that those knees are going out over the toes. Good, hips are gonna drop down. But while I'm doing this, I'm gonna turn to the side. I want you to notice that nothing from my waist up is moving. So I notice when we're in class a lot, when people start just with this simple move, they start kind of dumping their chest, right? And pulling all of that down. So I want you to really focus on keeping everything from the belly button up, nice and still. So we're gonna stay down here. You're gonna pulse here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Staying here with those knees bent. We're gonna lift our right heel, keeping the ball of the foot firmly pressed into the mat. Good, and lowering that heel. We're gonna switch to our left heel. So we're gonna keep those knees bent, hips are staying nice and still, and we're just working through those feet, warming up those foot muscles. Beautiful. Excellent. Good. Going for 2 more each side here. So lifting up, lowering. You should start to feel a little bit of awakening here in your thighs. Last one, we're gonna straighten those knees up, shake it out a little bit, reaching those arms up. We're gonna exhale, reaching up and over, extending through that spine nice and long. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, reaching out and over, nice and long. Good, inhale up. Good, we're gonna bring those arms out to the side. We're gonna turn out our feet. So heels are gonna be touching toes, nice gentle angles here. So from here, we're gonna start with that demi-plie. I'm gonna talk you through why we want our toes at a nice 45-degree angle instead of being pushed way back. So a lot of times when we think ballet and ballet positions, we think that everything has to be this perfect straight line because that's what it looks like when you're watching those ballerinas float across the stage, right? Everything's like perfectly, flat, except it's an illusion. So while they do have really excellent turnout from the front, so for instance, let's talk about my arms while you're here. So you're gonna stay here and pulse for 8, 7, but look at my arms from the side. They are not flat. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna stay here and lift one heel and then the other. They look like it, but it's an illusion. And that's because your hips are a bowl, right? They're rounded. So you can't really press those legs back like this. It goes against your natural anatomy. It's an illusion. So don't push it. If you feel tightness in your knees and your hips, then you're pushing those legs back way too far. Keep them in a nice kind of 45-degree angle toward those corners in your room, maybe. And last one each side. And we're gonna straighten up. We're gonna step it out to the side. Take a quick little stretch through those legs. Excellent. So while we're out here, we're gonna keep those arms out. You're gonna take a little demi-plie here in this large second position. Woohoo! Sometimes French isn't as fancy as we like to think. Excellent. So from here, we're gonna really wake up those legs, especially those feet. We're gonna lift and pull that foot back behind us into a curtsy lunge. So while you're back there, ball of the foot comes down, heel staying up. We're gonna come back out to the side. You're gonna come back and out. Good, back and out. Good. Going for 4. Maybe if you want to add a little arm. 3, 2, and last one. Staying here. We're going to pulse here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring our right foot back behind that curtsy and coming back out. Excellent. 3, add the arm. I don't even know what I was doing with counting. I'm gonna be totally honest. Numbers are not my thing. Kind of just do it until it feels like it's good. So last one. Good. And staying here, pulsing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're gonna stay down here. You're gonna lift one heel, lower, the other heel. Good. We're gonna come back to this in a little bit, but by then your legs will be shaking. It's all right. I like me too right now. And last one, we're gonna reach those arms up and big side body stretch. Good. Inhaling up and exhale, big side body stretch. Inhale it up, shake it all out. We're doing awesome. So this next move that we're gonna do, I call jelly legs. It's a fun one. But while we're doing this, you can face your chair or you can face me. I'm gonna face you so you can see what I'm doing, but I'm gonna kind of go back and forth. So we're gonna keep those feet in a parallel position. Again, I want you to work out that kinetic change. What are your knees doing? I say this because I'm somebody who's a little bow-legged, you can tell. My knees like to go out and they like to hyperextend. It's so bad for your knees. So I want to keep those knees nice and soft. Make sure everything's in alignment. If you're not sure where your hips are and where your feet should be, find those hip bones. Point down. Boom. Feet. Yeah. So feet don't need to be right next to each other unless your hips are really narrow. Yeah? So here we go. You're going to, in that parallel position, you're going to drop those knees out over that toe, coming back into our demi-plie here, yeah? You're going to stay here. You're going to lift those heels up off of the mat. You're going to straighten your knees, and you're going to lower your heels. You're going to bend those knees, lift the heels, straighten the knees, lower the heels. From the side, if you're holding onto your chair, you're going to bend those knees, lift the heels, straighten the knees, lower the heels. So bend, lift, straighten, lower. Bend, lift, straighten, lower. Now notice my hips and up are not really moving, yeah? I'm not sticking my butt out. Everything's staying nice and tight. If you saw me from the waist up, all you would see is that I'm just kind of chilling, maybe going a little up and down, yeah? So we're gonna pick up that pace. Now say you've got this, right? So your range of movement depends a whole bunch on what you're comfortable with here. So the amount that you're dropping is up to you. Listen to your body. If you're like, you know, Tara, this really isn't as hard as you made it sound like with that whole jelly legs thing, then I'm going to challenge you to not stop your movement. So you're going to roll through. There you go. Feeling the jelly legs now? Probably. Good. You're going to go for 4, 3, 2. The last one. We can't do this for the whole hour. You're going to keep those knees bent, heels lift. You're going to stay here and pulse. Belly button's tight to the spine. Good. I call this my clubbing move, you know, because you're like, what? Wearing those high heels. I don't even think I own any high heels anymore. If it feels good and you want to like shake your hips a little, there's no rule that says you can't. Jam it out. Going for 4, 3, 2, last one. You're going to straighten those knees up, lower those heels out, step it back, stretch it out. Now, a lot of people feel that in a lot of different places because it just depends on what you're used to working. So, you need to stretch out your calves, do that. You need to take a second, stretch through your quads, hip flexors, do that. The thing about Barre that makes it work so incredibly well is that we will work a muscle to move into where it's shaking, and then you stretch it. So you're building up strength, but you're also building up flexibility at the same time. Copacetic synergy. Bringing those heels together, toes are going to turn out. I'm going to do this facing you, but this is also another thing where you face your chair or whatever you're holding on to. So same move, heels turned out, toes at that angle. We're going to bend those knees out over toes, lifting those heels up, straightening through those knees, and lowering the heels. So we're gonna bend, lift, straighten, lower. Bend, lift, straighten, lower. Good. Excellent. Good. So here you've got this move, this rhythm. Bend, lift, straighten, lower. I want you to think about that belly button. Where is it? Is it pressed against the spine? Is everything nice and tight? Can you do this without holding on? Good. Staying nice and tight. Again, your range of your motion here depends on what's comfortable. Maybe picking up that pace. Good. And again, if you're like, Tara, this isn't even that hard. My legs are amazing, right? Don't stop the movement. And now, you see where jelly legs came from. So look kind of like a jellyfish. Maybe? I don't know. I like to think it does. But you do this long enough, your legs will definitely feel like jelly. Okay, 3, 2, last one. We're gonna bend those knees, let the heels stay here, and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay here. We're gonna shake those hips. Again, legs are staying nice and steady. Keep those abs pressed to the spine. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lifting up on those knees. Lower the heels nice and slow and stretch it out. Can you believe that's just the warm-up? What? Don't turn the movie off or the TV off or the live stream, however you're watching it. Don't turn it off. You can do this. All right. If you need a drink of water, take it. So from here, we're going to start working at the bar. So if you would like a lightweight, go for it. If not, you don't need one. You can use a water bottle. Speaking of water, I'm really going to enforce this. Take a drink. So we have our weight. We have our bar or chair or whatever it is that we're working with. So if you would like to have a weight out to the side, by all means go for it. It just adds a little extra here. You don't have to. However, if you've got a weight out there, I want that elbow slightly bent. I don't want any of this because that puts a lot of pressure on that joint. You know, you love your elbows. You don't want to hurt them. So keep that elbow slightly lifted and slightly bent. That makes the muscles do the work, not the joints. So from here, we're going to have those feet turned out nice and gently. Yeah. We're going to stand up nice and tall, and I want you to think about those 4 points on your left, right foot, whatever the inside one is next to your chair. Because I'm not entirely sure if the video is going to flip for you or not. So just work with whatever's on the inside. So outside leg is going to slowly point forward. All right, now notice I'm not leaning on my bar here. Staying nice and straight. Thinking about the crown of my head reaching up. From here, those toes are going to float off of the mat, and you're just going to tap the mat here with your toes. Good. Tapping here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to tap and lift the knee up. Good. For 6, 5, 4. It doesn't matter how high that knee comes up. 2. Last one, we're going to pulse the knee here. Good. So from the side, looks like this. Doesn't have to be fancy. Going for 4, 3, 2. Holding here, you're going to straighten that knee out and in. Good. 6. You can do this. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. We're going to cross that foot over our leg, coming into a figure 4 position. If this is not something that's going to work for you, cross the foot here. We're going to sit those hips back Yeah, so if you're in your figure four, sitting those hips back like this. And we're just going to do a little tricep kick back. So you're going to reach that weight back behind you, bending the elbow, weight comes in toward the waist, and presses back here. Good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to reach that weight forward, keeping in a little bend in the elbow and a little fly here. Again, that is reaching forward. 4, 3, nice, slow, controlled. 2, and last one. We're gonna come on up, roll those shoulders back, bringing those heels together, toes turned out. Excellent. That weight, if you have it, is gonna come over to the side in a little goalpost, palms forward. Excellent. Good. So from here, same leg is gonna be, well, same legs are working. So staying up nice and tall, belly button into the spine. Again, you've got your little chair or thing here for support, but you don't want to lean on it. It's just there to give you a little bit of confidence. So pointing that outside toe out to the side. Again, your side. So if you're confused on where that goes, which trust me, I am, we're going to look down at our big toe on that outside foot. Think of it like it's got a laser beam attached to the toenail. You're going to draw a line out to where that laser is pointing, lifting up and pulse or tap that toe here. Just a couple inches off of the mat. Beautiful. Can you stand here like this? It's a good way to check and see, are you leaning too far over? No? Good. 4, 3, 2. We're going to tap and lift that knee up. Good. Tapping here. Excellent. 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to stay here and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now here we're going to extend that toe out. You're going to reach the weight up toward the ceiling. Perfect. Now I do want you to lean just a little bit on this guy. And we're going to pull that knee in toward the elbow. From the side, it's coming in like this. Again, it doesn't matter if the knee and the elbow touch. Even if you're here, you're working the side of your body here. Good. Going for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. You're going to hold here. Flex that foot, point the toes forward. And you're going to pulse that leg to the side. Going for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing. We're going to set our weight down. We're going to reach that arm up and over, taking a nice big side body stretch. Excellent. Breathing. Nice. Good. Inhaling up. Reach those fingertips up and out. Good. And we're going to take a nice big breath to the side. Good. Inhaling up. One more for good measure this way. Feeling great. Good. Shaking it all out. Other side. This is the beautiful thing about a chair. I can face you the whole time because my bar moves. Awesome. So, grabbing our weight. If we used it, you don't want to be all lopsided, right? I think there's a Simpsons episode about that where Homer like this bunch of bicep curls with one arm. So he's got like this huge arm on one side and the other one's super weak. Anyway, that's my sidebar for the day. Coming into our first position, heels touching, toes gently turned out. We're going to bring that weight out to the outside. Remember, elbows stay slightly bent. We're going to point our outside toes forward. Excellent. Now you notice my toes and leg are turned out here. We're going to tap there. If you are more comfortable in this parallel position and that is a little bit too much, that's okay. Work with what you've got for now. But the goal here, for tapping, is to turn that leg out. So if you have to practice that move right there, our turnout comes from our hips. 3, 2, 1. We're going to tap and lift that knee up here for 8, 7, 6, 5. Beautiful. 3, 2. Holding here and pulsing. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, one. We're gonna cross that foot here, coming into our figure four position. Again, if you need to, just cross here and sit back. But you've got that challenge. Here you go. Hinging at those hips. Spine stays nice and straight. We're gonna tricep kick back. So from the side, you're gonna reach that weight back behind you, bring the weight in, keeping that elbow nice and still and lifted. It's not a big move here. Good. Going for 4, 3, 2, last one. We're gonna extend that weight forward again, keeping a slight bend in that elbow. And a little slide here for 8, 7, 6, 5, slow and controlled, 3, maybe sink a little deeper in that standing leg. Last one, good. Coming on up, shaking it all out, bringing those heels together to the side. So bringing that weight here into our half goal post. We're gonna look down at our laser beam and our big toe, outside foot. Look at where that toe is pointing and point to it. Good. Making sure that we're standing on those 4 points in our standing leg. Lifting toes just a couple inches off that mat and tap here. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna tap and lift that knee up here. Excellent. 5 more. 4, 3, 2. Holding here, pulse it here for 8, 7 words. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna extend that toe out to the side, reaching up and over, big diagonal here. Excellent. We're gonna try to bring that knee toward the elbow. Emphasis on the word try, man. It doesn't matter if that elbow and that knee touches. All that matters is that they want to. Just want to come together. It's all good. I'm a big fan of the word yet. Maybe your knee and your elbow don't touch yet. Doesn't mean they never will. Just means that they're not right now, but they will someday. 2. Last one, extending up. Leg weight, both. Flex that foot, toes forward, and we're gonna pulse here to the side. Ready for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross that foot in front. Setting your weight down. Reaching up and over. Big side body stretch. Beautiful. Good. Coming on up. Roll the shoulders up and down the back. Inhale, roll your shoulders up and down the back. Good. Inhale, reaching those fingertips up to the ceiling. Exhale, big side body stretch. Good. Inhaling up. Exhale, big side body stretch. Good. Inhale, coming up, shaking it all out. All right, here we go. You know it's coming, but in a barre class, you gotta work that booty. Yeah? I know, I said it. So, if you've got your weight, so lightweight works for this. If you have a slightly heavier weight, you can also use a slightly heavier weight for these because we're gonna work some bigger muscle groups. So unlike holding something out where the lightweight is nice, you might want something a little bit heavier. So, I was using 3-pounders for earlier. I'm going to switch to, I'm not entirely sure. I've got a 5-pound and I've got a 10-pound. I might just kind of play around and see which one I want. Probably the 5-pounder because let's be honest, these string beans are working their way up. It's a yet kind of moment. So you'll notice I put my weight in front of me, in front of my chair bar thing that I'm holding on to. So I'm going to face that direction, both hands. Toes are going to be pointing toward your bar. So staying up nice and tall. I want my weight on all 4 points of both feet. Good. From here, right toes are going to point backward. Good. So I'm going to try to keep a nice straight long line from my hip all the way to the tips of my toes. Now, same move that we were doing earlier, I'm just going to tap. So lifting those toes just a couple inches up off of the mat here. So that way I can just tap the mat. Good. Did you know that you have 3 different gluteal muscles in your caboose? Yes, that's right. There are 3 of them. You will feel all 3 by the time we are done, because we're going to work all 3 a little bit separately. Excellent. So lifting for 3, 2, 1. We're going to hold here. We're going to cross those toes back behind, and then we're going to reach a big arc around and tap to the outside. So if you are on a mat, it's like you're drawing a rainbow from one side of your mat to the other. Excellent. Because your mat is like your leprechaun, and the pot of gold is this. You're welcome. Good. Going for 3, 2, and last one. We're going to point those toes backward and lift up just a little bit higher. So you might be here. Your goal is to try to reach that leg to where it's parallel with your mat. Now, I'm going to keep my chest lifted here for this quick moment. We're going to do 5 circles inward. 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 circles outward. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to give in and lean all the way forward. So now your leg can kind of go that way. Overachieve a little bit. Now I'm kind of facing you at the moment because I want to show this, but I want your hips drop down. So we're not lifting up here in like a half moon pose for yoga. Yeah, I want that hip facing down. So think more warrior 3 for all you yogis. So if you've got that weight here and you want to use it, we're going to reach forward. You're going to row up here, holding that leg still for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Your legs should be shaking. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Curving that arm. Big fly here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Opening up into our half moon here. I know I lied, right? Bringing the elbow in, pressing up here for 8, 7, 6. Hips are open. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Now, a lot of us don't have the fun bar ball things. So if you want a little extra fun, you can put your hand weight, if it's the neoprene and it's sticky, in your knee cavity and use that. However, if you haven't done that before or you're a little nervous, just set your weight down. So we're going to drop that knee down toward the mat. You're going to flex that foot and lift the heel up toward the ceiling. So again, from here, I want hips and shoulders facing down toward the mat. We're going to pulse that heel up toward the ceiling. Excellent. Everything should be a little bit on fire right now. But it's all good. It's a good kind of fire. Good. Pulsing here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You're not done yet. If you got the weight in your knee, squeeze it even tighter. You're going to pull that knee out to the side. Awkward fire hydrant position here. You're going to lift that knee up to the side. Good. So from the side, you look super awkward, but it's all good. Good. Going for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. If you have something in your knee, take it out. And you're going to reach those toes up in front of you. So maybe on the back of your chair. If this is a little bit too much of a stretch, you can utilize the seat of your chair. You can even put your foot down on the mat. Good. But it's so much more fun to try something a little bit new and different. So we're going to inhale, reaching those fingertips up toward the ceiling. And exhale, hinging at the hip. You're going to keep that spine nice and long, reaching toward shin, ankle, thigh, chair, earlobes. Whatever feels good to reach toward. Excellent. So I want you to take a nice deep breath in And I want you to exhale and round through that spine. So you're going to just kind of release over the leg. Good. Taking a few nice breaths here. Trying to release any tension that's in those legs. Good. We're slowly going to stand, keeping that leg where it is. Good. You're going to inhale, fingertips up toward the ceiling. Good. So our right leg is up on our chair at the moment. We're going to reach left fingertips toward our shin, taking a nice twist. Good. Again, thigh is good here too. We're really just trying to twist, reaching and looking back behind us. Excellent. Good. Inhale, coming back to that center position. We're going to exhale, reaching right hands toward right shins, maybe turning those hips outward. Good. So from here, I'm going to show you from the back first, and then I'm going to turn so you can see from the front. We're going to extend our left fingertips up and over, taking a nice big side body stretch over our right leg. So if you're there, awesome. If you're like, Tara, what the heck are you doing? I'm turning from the side, lifting up and over, keeping my chest nice and open. Excellent. It's just a little bit different version of that side body stretch that we've been doing this whole time. Lifting those fingertips up. Good. We're going to open those arms out. You're slowly going to try to lift that leg up and bring it down without collapsing. Shake it all out. Other side. Ooh. Here we go. So, have your weight right in front of our chair, bar, whatever we're using. You know, got one of those little stickies for my chair. Apparently they stick to yoga mats. All right. So, from the top with the booty, from the top with the back, I don't know. I spend too much time trying to crack my own self up. So, standing here with those feet in parallel position, turn toward our bar. Stand nice and tall. Take those 4 points on both feet. Excellent. Belly button pressed against the spine. Good. Knees are nice and soft. We're going to point those left toes back. Lifting a couple inches off the mat. You're going to tap here. Beautiful. I know, after all the big, moves that we do all bent over with the weights and everything else, this always seems so kind of relaxing. If you just rolled your eyes at me because I just said that this is relaxing, I saw that. I felt it. I knew it was coming. Good. Going for 4, 3, 2. We're going to hold those toes up in the air and you're going to reach across behind you and draw a big arc up and over. It's our rainbow. It's beautiful. Good. We've got the power music because we need the power. We're going to power through the last little bit here because we're almost done with our bar stuff, and then we just have some abs and some stretching, and you are on your way. Good. 2, the last one. We're going to point those toes back, lifting up just a little bit more. Remember, I want everything lifting up here. We shouldn't have to hold this too much yet. We're lifting a little higher. 5 circles outward. 3, 2, 1. 5 circles inward. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to lean all the way forward, coming into that warrior 3. Good. Grabbing our weight here, rowing up, elbow straight up toward the ceiling. Good. 8 more. 7, 6. Try not to let those toes drop. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Good. Big C curve with that arm, flying it up for 5, 4, 3. Make sure you're breathing. 2. Last one. We're going to open those hips up. Half moon. Good. Pressing up here for 8, 7, 6. Don't let those legs drop. 4, 3, 2. Last one. If you want it, here in that knee. Good. If not, set it down. I'm just going to demonstrate how that works this time. So squeezing that weight. If you've got a ball or balloon, that also works. You're going to pulse here. You can even put like a towel in there. It just really helps to keep the leg where it needs to be. Pulsing here. Breathe. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you've got something in your knee, squeeze it. Pull it out to the side. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Chest is facing down toward the mat. 3, 2, 1. Woo. If you had something in your knee, take it out. And we're going to set that weight up. Or not weight, your leg. It feels like a weight sometimes. Sometimes words are hard. Good. So inhale, reaching those fingertips up toward the ceiling. Hinging at those hips, keep that spine straight. Reaching forward. It doesn't matter if you don't go very far. We're really working through a straight spine right now because I want a nice release in your lower back. Good. And the best way to get that release in your low back is by keeping your spine straight. Because once we start curving, then you get a release up in your thoracic and cervical spine. I want it down here. Down in that lower lumbar. Beautiful. Good. Now take a deep breath in. Exhale, round through the spine. Resting here. Catch your breath. That was more a reminder for me because we all know I'm over here huffing and puffing. Good. Good. Inhale, reaching those fingertips up toward the ceiling. We're going to take a big twist. Good. Our right fingertips reaching toward left leg, left fingertips reaching back. Can you look at your left fingertips? Good. Inhaling up. And we're going to exhale, opening up to the back. Again, I'm going to do this facing backwards, and I'm going to turn. You're going to inhale, reaching out, chest is open. Good. So, if you're waiting for me to turn around here, our left leg is up, chest is lifted. Good. Inhaling up. I'm going to bring those arms out to the side. You're going to try to use your core to lift the leg down without collapsing. Excellent. Shake it all out. Good. So from here, I've got kind of 2 ways that we can get down to our mat. And I like doing this even though it's a challenge because even if you can't do it yet, right? So it's something we're working toward. So we're going to keep those legs nice and wide. I'm going to do this facing you, so I'm going to be kind of widthways on my yoga mat. However, if you're at home and you can, use your mat, if you have one, or your towel as kind of your guideline for where your feet should be. Your feet should be heels on the mat, toes off the mat. Toes turning out. So from here, we're going to inhale, sweeping those arms up toward the ceiling. We're going to exhale, bringing those hands through heart center. We're going to eventually try to get down to our yoga squat. So if this is not something your hips are up for right now, totally fine. I want you to go as low as you can and use your palms to press against the insides of those thighs. Just trying to open up those hips. So even if you're here, that's also totally fine. But our goal is to use those elbows pressed against the insides of our thighs to open up those hips. This should feel really nice after all of the bar work. Good. So taking a moment here. Deep breath. And eventually, no matter where you are, we're slowly going to work our way down to a seated position in a butterfly. So we're going to bring those soles of our feet together, holding on to maybe our shins or ankles, wherever it feels good. So when you're here, if this is a little bit too much for you, try stacking up maybe some pillows underneath your sit bones. So you're kind of sitting up more, or if you have a yoga block, that's also really helpful. You can also do this in a chair. So I can demonstrate that in a second after I show you what we're doing. So first and foremost, we're going to stretch just a little bit here. So I want you to sit up nice and tall. The goal is to be sitting on those sit bones. If you're not sure what your sit bones are, you'll know in a second. So sitting up nice and tall, and then I want you holding on to round through your spine. So again, it's that straight spine, curved spine. So I'm going to do this facing you, and then I'm going to turn to the side to show you curved spine and straight spine. So if we're up on our straight spine, you should be able to feel those two protrusions underneath your gluteal muscles. Those are your sit bones, literally the bones that you sit on. So when you round through your spine, you should come off of those sit bones, and then when you're sitting up straight, you should be on them. So this is an important distinction. Good. Now, if you have a really tight psoas, it's the deep tissue muscle that runs underneath your hip flexors here, you may not be able to get up to that position. And if that's the case, your goal is to use your hands behind you and just work on sitting up straight here. Good. So it's all things to work on. Excellent. So our goal here, sitting up nice and straight, is to lean forward like you're going to put your sternum on your feet. Good. It's not easy to do. Some people are way more flexible than I am, even, and can do that. Not so much me. However, this stretch right here with a nice straight spine is excellent if you have lower back pain, especially if you're spending a large amount of time sitting, especially like at a desk, or standing even in the same position. Good. So from here, you take a deep breath in, curl through your spine, and all the way down, reaching forehead toward your feet. This is normally where if I were teaching a kids ballet class, I would have everybody yell, "Ew, stinky feet, gross." Good. Inhaling up. Good. So using that straight spine, we're going to try to reach those fingertips out to the side. Good. Lifting that chest up, we're going to lean back just so that way we're off of our sits bones. But the spine is still going to work really hard to be straight. Using that belly button, press the belly button into the spine. If you can, we're going to try to point our toes, lifting heels up off of the mat. Good. If your body's wigging out right now, awesome. This is great. Good. So everything's nice and tight, belly button, press the spine. If you can, we're going to march out our butterfly, or the march of the butterflies, if you will, if you want to be super fancy about it. Good. So if you start to feel some fatigue in your hip flexor, it's because you're cheating. I caught you. So I want you to really press that belly button into the spine, lifting that chest up. If you do this, the toes should just float. Good. Going for 4, 3, 2, last one. We're going to come back to that butterfly, stretching forward with a nice straight spine. Nice job. We're going to do that one more time. Lifting up, reaching those fingertips out, maybe leaning back just off those sit bones, maybe pointing those toes. If this is all you get, all it takes, just to keep you right here, stay here. This is hard. Good. And lifting and tapping. Now I promised, keep lifting and tapping, that I would show how you can do this in a chair, because you absolutely can. This is one of those exercises you can totally do while you are riding in the car or even working at the office. So if you're sitting in a chair, you keep those knees open. Good. Legs slightly turned out. I'm sitting on the edge of my chair, sitting up nice and tall. If I lean back, my abs have to get engaged. I can lift here, one at a time, and it's going to give me almost the same exercise that I would get down on the floor, where my abs have to be engaged, my legs are working, it's all working. You can also use your chair for extra support. I had a participant who took this class with me many moons ago who used to do that in the car. Good. And bring those toes together. She used to do that in the car while she was on her commute. And after a couple of months, she had pretty legit abs. I mean, she also had a really clean diet too, but she said doing that in the car all the time really helped. So, there you go. If you're ever worried, I work too much or I have to sit too much to get a good ab workout in, you can get a good ab workout in sitting in your desk when nobody even knows you're doing it. So from here, we're going to keep those legs open in that butterfly position. We're going to try to reach those arms out. If this is too much for you, bring those hands back behind you. Again, keep focusing on that word yet. We're working toward it. So we're going to roll through the spine, one vertebrae at a time, slowly lowering your body down. Fight for it. Do not let yourself just collapse. You can do this. If you want a really fun view of yourself, and by fun I mean your legs look so spectacularly toned from this angle, lift those heels up off the mat, keep the toes there, keep those knees out. You're going to reach those fingers toward those knees, and also just check out your view, man, because your legs look super toned. Thank you, Barre. So you're going to stay here and you're going to pulse those shoulder blades up off of the mat. I like to do this with my chin pointing up toward the ceiling, largely because then you also get a nice little neck facelift here. And I am officially of the age where I'm a little bit worried about wrinkles and things. So, you know, every little bit of lift helps, yeah? But if you need a little extra support, bring those hands back behind your ears. Good. So wherever you are, we're going to stay up there and you're going to reach toward one knee and then the other. Kind of rocking back and forth. I call this move the penguin fly because it's like a penguin and a butterfly fell in love and got married. And this is how their kids moved. Right here, the penguin fly. Good, making sure that your abs are really engaged and working. 3, 2, 1. We're going to release down. Take a deep breath. Maybe reach those fingertips up overhead. Good. And we're going to slowly bring those knees in together. Excellent. Maybe putting those palms down on the mat and let those knees drop from one side to the other. Kind of rolling through windshield wipering those legs, letting your lower back release. Also giving your abs a nice little stretch. Good. From here, we've got a couple of choices. So we're going to bring those toes up toward the ceiling. Good. From here, you're going to turn them out. So heels are going to be touching. So from the back or front, you can see my heels are touching, toes are turned out. So from here, we are going to reach those toes up toward the ceiling. You can use those hands either down by your hips or you can put them underneath your hip bone. But we're going to reach those toes up toward the ceiling. So it's not a big move. Okay? Just a little move. So I don't want those legs swinging, yeah? But we're just lifting up. It's not really super pretty, but it's effective. So going for 4, 3, 2, and last one. Take a deep breath, and we're going to tap the fronts of our ankles, doing this cute little beat movement. So again, using those hands for extra support, either underneath your hip bones or your, hips. So we're slowly going to beat those legs as far as you can keep your lower back nice and controlled. Good. So reaching those feet. So if you go here and that's it, that's totally fine. We're all working those abs the same. Good, going for 2 more. You can do this. And last one. We're gonna bring those knees in, giving them a hug, rocking a little bit side to side. Excellent. So from here, we're gonna pull that right knee into our chest, lengthen left leg down the mat, giving that knee a good squeeze. We're gonna inhale, squeezing, and exhale, roll that knee over to the side, across your body, reaching right fingertip out to the side, maybe trying to look toward your right fingertips, taking a nice big twist. Making sure that you're using your breath. Now that we're kind of releasing, relaxing, I want you to think about your muscles slowly letting go of any tension or stress that we just put on them. Think about your breath, bringing oxygen into those muscles. Your exhale, releasing any tension. Good. We're slowly going to bring that knee back into our chest, giving it a good squeeze. We're going to point the toes up toward the ceiling, reaching behind calf or thigh. Doesn't matter which. Just want to try to keep that leg nice and straight. Good. Rolling that ankle inward and rolling the ankle outward. From here, you're going to bend that knee, flexing the foot. We're going to pull your knee toward your armpit here. It sounds really pretty, right? Trying to get deodorant on your armpit. So if you can, reach up with the same arm as leg. So I've got my right arm. My right hand is going to go to the arch of the inside of my foot. And I'm going to try to pull that knee a little bit closer to my torso, just a little bit off to the side. Here's where I say, if you feel like it, you can try to straighten that leg. I'm going to double emphasize, if you feel like it, in the word try, because notice, I might feel like it, but my knee is not going anywhere, and that's totally fine. We have no judgment with our bodies. All that matters is that it feels good for your muscles. If it doesn't feel good, don't do that. Good. So we're going to pull that knee back in. We're going to bring our left knee up to meet. We're going to take our right foot and cross it over our left thigh here, reaching maybe through those legs to pull that leg closer in our figure 4. But if that's not really there, you can grab here and just pull in your foot. There are a lot of ways to get to the same stretch. But the goal here is to feel this on the outside of your thigh. It's kind of like a lazy pigeon pose. Good. And we're going to bring those knees together, giving them a good squeeze. We're going to point those kneecaps up toward the ceiling, resting palms on top of the knees. And you're going to draw little circles with your knees that give crayons that reach all the way up to the ceiling. And you're drawing little circles on the ceiling. Good. And reverse those circles. This should give you a nice little back massage, especially in that lower back area. Excellent. And you're going to pull your left knee into your chest, lengthening right leg nice and long. Give that left knee a squeeze. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, you're gonna pull that knee across your body, reach left fingertips out to the side, big twist. If your gaze can reach out over those left fingertips, the goal is to twist from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Kind of wringing out any last tension in your body. Taking a few couple deep breaths here. Good. You're gonna pull that knee back into your chest. Pointing those toes up toward the ceiling, reaching behind calf or thigh. Good. Getting a nice little stretch here. We're gonna roll that ankle inward. I always love watching my calf move when I do this. It's kind of fun. And we roll the ankle outward. It's like it does the wave. And we're gonna bend that knee, pulling our leg in toward our torso. Again, maybe opening up that hip a little bit so the knee goes toward the armpit. Good. And if it feels good here, you can try to reach that left hand up for left foot. If you're on your right foot, then obviously it'd be your right hand. If you notice that your leg that's on the mat is trying to pop up off of the mat, maybe gently guide the top of your thigh here back down to the mat as you stretch. You can just say, leg, you already had your chance. It's the other leg's turn. Good, and if it feels good here, you can try to straighten through that leg. Again, emphasis on the if it feels good, and it's okay to try and not have it be perfectly straight. All that matters is that you get a good stretch and that it feels good to your muscles. Good. We're going to pull that knee back into the chest, bringing the other knee out to meet. We're going to bring our forehead toward our knees, into a nice little ball. Now, if this feels good for you, you can rock and roll front to back. If not, or if you have any back issues, I want you to roll over to the side and come up to a seated position. If you're rocking and rolling, you're going to rock and roll up to the same seated position. Good. So, we're going to bring those feet to a good seated position. Excellent. We're going to inhale, reaching those fingertips up toward the ceiling. Exhale, reaching up and over, big side body stretch. Good. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, and over. Excellent. Inhaling up. Good. Exhaling down. So, a fun challenge for getting up. You bring those feet to the outside edges of your mat. Again, seeing if you can push yourself up into our yoga squat that we started with, coming down. If not, again, that's totally fine. There is no wrong way to stand up, except maybe not standing up. But maybe you'll notice now that you've stretched out, your hips are super happy, or at least happier. Good. We're gonna bring those hands down to the ground and lifting hips up off of the mat. You're gonna heel toe those feet underneath your hips, toes pointing forward. We're gonna bend those knees, rolling up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last. We're gonna inhale, lifting those shoulders up toward the ears. Exhale, rolling those shoulders down the back. One more time, inhale, lifting those shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, rolling those shoulders down the back. Thank you all so much for an awesome barre class. If you want for extra fun, kicks, and giggles, I love to end a barre class by reaching those arms out to the side. We're going to point whatever foot feels good out to the side. We're going to bring that foot back behind you. And just like we started with our warm-up, curtsy. Congratulations. You did it. You did an awesome barre class. Good job. Again, my name's Tara. Thank you for exercising with me today. It was a lot of fun. I hope you had fun. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I am around.